Hi, it's me, Sarah from Someday Sarah. It is the time of year, fall, where we start to think about having to make some gifts for the holidays coming up. So one of the things that I thought of that could be easily giftable and not too long to make is a dishcloth. So here I have a dishcloth that I made and wrote a pattern of last year, so I thought I'd try to whip some up. I've got my Handicrafter cotton yarn, which is a number 4, and with that I am going to use my, there we go, 5, can you see it, 5mm hook, and I'm gonna try doing this lovely colorful yarn, but if I run out I'll switch. I've got the pattern that I'm following that I wrote. Alright, to begin the pattern we are going to start by making a slip knot, and then we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to do back loop only for the stitches in order to make the cloth ribbed. So you'll see on the original it's got these bumps. That's because we did the back loop only throughout the whole pattern. Alright, so we're going to go back into the second stitch from the hook, that's that one right there, and do a single crochet. Now we're going to do 2 more in the final 2 stitches. 1, and then the last one right here. 2. For our next row, we're going to chain 1, turn, do 2 single crochets in that first stitch, which is the second one from the end. Because this is going to increase it. Remember, we're doing the rows on diagonal, so we're going to need to do increases on the ends. So that's 2 in the first stitch, 1 in the middle, and then 2 on the last stitch. Now remember to do back stitch only. This one's kind of tucked behind here. And we'll do 2 there. 1 and 2. We're at the end of the row, so we're going to chain 1 and turn. So for the 4th row, we're going to do 2 single crochets in the first stitch, which is the second from the end. Then we're going to do 3 single crochets across the middle, and then 2 in the last stitch. So in this first one, back loop only, single crochet, that's 2 in that stitch, and we'll have across the middle 1, 2, 3, and then we're at the end, so we're going to have 2 in the last stitch. So we're going to get down there, get that back loop, and that's 1, 2. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn. So now we need to do 2 single crochets in the first stitch, which is not this one, it's this one. 1, 2. Now single crochets across the middle, just 1 in each back loop until we get to the last stitch. 5, stitch, we're going to do 2 of them, 2 single crochets. 1, 2. So see how we're expanding to make the corner of the cloth. Chain 1 and turn. 2 single crochets in this second back loop here. First stitch. 1, 2, and then single crochets all the way across in each stitch. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 2 in the last stitch. That last one's hiding around the corner, but there it is. There we go. So 2 in there. 1, 2. And then we'll chain 1 and turn. So you can see the bump has started to happen. There's the bumps. And we're going to keep going along this pattern, repeating the rows, increasing on the ends. Continue increasing the size of the cloth by making 2 single crochets in each end stitch on each row until you reach a total of 39 stitches across, or the desired length if you want it bigger or smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and keep continuing to expand this 1 row at a time until I get the desired width and height that I want my cloth, and then I will come back. Okay, I'm back. I've hit 39 stitches across this way, so that, for reference, when you're making your own to know how big to make it, that is that direction. So that's the diagonal of the cloth. So now it's time to start our decreases. So I did the chain 1, and now on the next row we're going to have to decrease on each end of the cloth as we go. I did the chain 1 turn, next stitch in, but now we're going to do decrease. So we're going to crochet, single crochet this stitch and this stitch together. So we're going to pull a loop through the back stitch only, this one and this one, and then crochet them together. There we go. And now we single crochet all the way across. This type of cotton I find to be a little stiff to work with compared to other cottons, but as you get washing it and using it as a cloth, it's going to soften up. In the end, it makes a nice durable cloth. I just find sticking the hook in kind of stiff. That's okay though, it's worth it. Alright, so now we have gotten to the very last 2 stitches this time because we need to crochet them together. So there we go, and now I've got 2 left, 1 there and 1 there. So pull that one through, pull that one through, and then through all 3, and then we've got that decrease. Chain 1, turn, and we're going to keep going, decreasing in each row until we reduce the size. And you're going to have, in the end, once we've reduced on each row, a square. I do notice that when I'm making them, they kind of curve in, but by the time they're all washed up and we've got some trim on the outside, and it's got a little more stretch and give to it, it's more of a square. Keep going, and I will come back when I am close to the end by doing a decrease on each end as I go. Remember, back loops only for each stitch. All right, see you back in a bit. All right, I've gone back and forth. I've been decreasing as I go, crocheting 2 stitches together in single crochet, back loop only on each end as I go. And now I've come back, I'm near the end. I'm gonna do a chain turn. I'm just gonna do the last couple of rows with you. So single crochet 2 together, single crochet the ones in between, and then the last 2 stitches we'll crochet together, chain 1, turn, together. Oh, the sun has gotten very bright. It's nice to be in the sun, but hard to see. Single crochet, and then we've got our last 2 stitches. There we go, 2 together. And that is our last row. Now, I'm gonna tie off here because I want to switch colors because I don't think I can make it. Maybe I can. Should I play yarn chicken? Maybe I can make it. Okay. I'm gonna try make it around. So now we're gonna do a single crochet row all the way around the outside. So what that means is each corner is about 4 stitches and each side is about 20 stitches. So for each row, there are 20 rows, you're going to do 1 stitch. Remember, each bump is actually 2 rows. So we're going to have 20 and then 4 on each corner. And you can see here with the contrasting color. The white is the edge, and then there's 4 to account for the corner. Our corner here is 3 stitches, so that just works in there to turn. All right, I think I'm gonna play yarn chicken. If you want to change colors, attach on with a slip knot anywhere around the whole thing. But so you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead, do this, tie that off there, and I'm gonna go as if I just started fresh all the way around. Turning that corner, and 1 more, 4. There we go. So now I'm going to do 20 between here and here. So now we're going to pop around this corner. We're going to fit in 4 stitches. So that's 1, and if you see that tail there, you'll realize I'm going to tuck that right under, and then we're not going to have to tie it in later. So it's 1, 2. I'm going to do a second one in that same spot. 3. Yikes, 4. That's the corner. Alright, so if you see here, I see that I would normally just go right into there for my next stitch going forward, but that looks a little loose to me. So to tighten that up, that area, I can go and pick up down here and join that with that one there. That's my tail, pull it in. It's 1. 2. 3. 4 around the corner. It's 1. 2. I'm going to do another in that same spot because it's right on the corner. 3. 4. There we go. You see how that's nicely getting all squared up. Nice round corners too. Alright, continue this way. 1. 1 there. 2 on this little corner point. Corner. I'm going to throw another one in here. Now where we started, we're back at the beginning. That wasn't a full stitch. We can do a stitch right into that spot over top of that start. So we cut that off, pull that all the way out. I'm going to feed that on a darning needle. Not this stitch here, but the one after. We're going to go through both sides of that stitch, pull through, and then back where that came from, through both of those loops, and then down. And if you look at the top of that stitch, it just looks like a continuation. So on the back side, we can then take this and feed it through some of the other loops. And I like to stick the same color so that later on you can't see that thread. So I'm feeding it up back through some more pink loops before I remove it. All the way up there, that tight. Off. And now the cloth is all done. So it's all ready for gifting. So you can just roll them up, throw on a cute little ribbon, and oh, that's a short ribbon. That's all right. You're good to go. Nice, easy, handmade